everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be discussing the debate on whether Wiz Ones should disband or not. Recently, it was confirmed by Mnet that the group was going to disband in April, which is why I'm going to make this video. Should Wiz Ones disband or not? Wiz Ones is a 12-member girl group that was created by Mnet through the survival show Produce 48. The groups that were formed in this series, like IOI and 101, ultimately disbanded because of the temporary group contract. So basically, Wiz Ones disbandment was inevitable from the start. On almost every Wiz One related video, I see the majority of the comments saying Wiz One permanent. It does sound sad, after working so hard to end up in a group, and then that group only stays together for a short amount of time. Wiz One ended up being one of the most successful K-pop girl groups out there with amazing album sales, so it would be hard to see them go. To be honest, their disbandment is a bittersweet thing. They are my second favorite girl group and they have an amazing discography. Their members are so amazing and talented as well, and I feel sad to see them go away. This is low-key my fault because I chose to become so invested in a group that is temporary, but that's okay. At this point, I agree with both sides of the story. I would love for Wiz One to renew their contract so they can continue having success as a group, but the other side is convincing as well. Unlike most Wiz Ones, I think it actually might be better if Wiz One disbands, even if it makes me sad. I want them to disband because of the people that were involved in the rigging. Every trainee deserves to debut as a group or solo, but the Wiz One members didn't necessarily deserve to debut in that group. Before you scream at me in the comments, please hear me out. It's not that they didn't deserve to debut at all. It's just that the members won Produce 48 unfairly. Since Produce 48 and the other survival shows turned out to be rigged, the lineup was decided beforehand, and many trainees were eliminated despite having talent and the proper amount of votes to stay in the competition. To me, it sounds messed up to make a group that unfairly won a survival show be permanent. There was also a possibility that the members might renew their contracts, and even if they did, I do not want Wiz One to be permanent. I would understand if they renewed for maybe a maximum of 6 months, due to the inactivity of theirs during their hiatus. Right before Fiesta was released, or supposed to be released, an investigation revealed that all the members of Wiz One, X1, IOI, and all but one member of 101 were rigged into their respective groups. This caused X1's disbandment and Wiz One's hiatus. Fiesta had to get postponed, and their appearance on many shows like Idol Room had to get deleted or cut out. I remember the immense amount of hate they got, and I was terrified that they would disband shortly after X1 did. There was also a headline one day that the members, especially Wonyoung, went somewhere and they looked distraught, sad, and stressed. That broke my heart. It would be nice for Wiz One to regain the promotion time that they lost right before Fiesta era. But if Wiz One actually became permanent, I would find that unfair. The point of the Produce shows is to have temporary groups, as sad as it might seem. I know it's really sad getting attached to a group you love, only for them to be a group for 2.5 years. The prize for the winners would be to debut in that group. Renewing the contracts would mean that there is a bigger prize being given, and I don't have a problem with that if every single member won fairly. To me, it would seem like a smack in the face for the trainees that lost. Imagine being a trainee in Produce 48. You have a decent amount of talent, and you find the show an excellent opportunity to get some publicity and possibly debut. The competition is fierce, so you work your butt off to get a spot in the 12-member group. You end up losing. All that work feels like it didn't pay off. Sometime later, you find out the winners of Produce 48 were actually rigged. You make a realization that all that stress were for absolutely nothing. If it were me, I'd be outraged because the winners were decided earlier on and there would be basically no point of me joining. I know what you're going to tell me. It's not their fault. And I know, it is not the members' fault at all. But that still doesn't change the fact that they won unfairly. This has shown how Mnet, CJ, ENM, and the others involved in the rigging do not care about others' feelings, and that is disgusting. And it's their actions that caused all this hate towards Wiz One. Back in January, it was reported that Wiz One and their companies were discussing possible extensions to their contract. This got me thinking, what would happen if one or more members did not renew their contracts? If a select amount of members renewed, I think that Wiz One's success will decrease. It will just never be the same without all 12. Now it's rumored that some members are planning to re-debut as a subunit, which is somewhat similar to not all the members renewing. I think it's the best we're going to get out of this situation. When X1 disbanded, there were also rumors of a potential subunit, which actually never happened, so I don't want to get my hopes up. I'll just be patient and wait for any confirmations by Mnet or any of the members' companies. Now, if this subunit thing is legit, who will debut in it? Based on the controversies going on, I can predict that certain members will not be a part of this unit. Once Mnet confirmed IZ*ONE's disbandment, rumors started going around about some of the members' companies. Officials from 8D Creative, which is Haewon's company, Starship Entertainment, which is Wonyoung and Yoojin's company, and Yuhwa Entertainment, which is Yena's company, were rumored to be against IZ*ONE's contract extension. In my opinion, the Japanese line might go back to Japan. That leaves us with Minju, Chaeyeon, Eunbi, Chaewon, and Yuri. This would basically be the expected lineup if Chaewon is not going to be added to Rocket Punch and no other companies were against the contract extension. I don't think it hit me yet that we have about a month before IZ*ONE disbands. I'm going to miss them so much, and the rigging of the show just makes everything about this situation even worse. Had they won legitimately, they might have been able to have a contract extension. Had their companies agreed to the contract extension, we might have gotten it. I love IZ*ONE and I'll stay a Wiz One forever. Thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you have an awesome day.